With the holidays just around the corner, a phone is one of the most memorable presents one can receive. But if the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge is your gadget of choice, the full glass body might pose serious safety and grip issues, as the phone will most likely crack after your first drop. Whoops. So that being said, purchasing a case for the S7 Edge will be most of the phone's owners' biggest priority after getting the device itself. Take my money. Many of us have a dream case in mind, but they'll most likely stay a dream, as maintaining style and protection, all the while keeping a great build quality, can really bust a hole in your wallet if there actually is a case that can do so, especially for the S7 Edge, as the double-sided edge can't be covered, or else the meaning of the phone itself is, get it, shattered. That pun was intended. But after doing a little research and scrolling through the seamlessly endless pages of Amazon, I think that I have finally found the answer to all of these problems. Hello guys, this is Nikhil Samyam, and today I'm reviewing the SupCase Unicorn Beetle Pro case for the Galaxy S7 Edge. Let's get started, shall we? To start us off, I'd like to say that in this case review, we'll be covering the style, protection, port compatibility and cutout accuracy, wireless charging compatibility, price, and screen protector compatibility, as these are the main attributes I look forward to in a great case. Let's look at the box first, as the presentation of the unit can really bring a professional feel to the whole case experience. Now, immediately I can spot a continuing hexagonal pattern that runs along the case, which I think adds a touch of beauty and a sense of ruggedness to the box. Man, am I excited for the whole thing. Moving on to the top of the case, we see some SupCase branding, and at the middle of the package, there we can identify that this is, in fact, the Unicorn Beetle Pro edition of their S7 Edge case lineup. Finally, on the front towards the bottom, we receive a sticker from SupCase itself that this is an authentic SupCase product. So if you were to buy this product or anything else from SupCase, make sure that there is a sticker like this. I'm not sure if it's going to remain the same color for all of them, so you know that you aren't being scammed and receiving an original product from SupCase itself. Flipping around to the back, we can see a sticker on the top that indicates that this is indeed a case without a screen protector, so it does not include a built-in screen protector, which is a plus point for me, as the OtterBox Defender case for the S7 Edge has one that can really cause a nuisance sometimes. Thank you, SupCase. In the center this time, the color of the case you choose will be proudly brandished, with a little branding shown through the clear hexagonal window that gives you a preview of the product inside. I think that's pretty neat. And to wrap the fancy box observations up, SupCase has provided you with 4 details towards the bottom of the box and what it can do. These include shock resistance, so when you drop the case it should block most, if not all, of the impact, protecting the phone, which is further pointed out by the next hexagon, which indicates that the case will provide 360-degree protection. We'll be the judge of that. Moving to the bottom, it states that there is a belt clip holster, which might be a convenient way for someone that likes to carry their phone in that way. And to finish it off, the case is a multi-layered design, 2 pieces to be exact. I don't know exactly why they advertised there to be 3 parts, unless that's the phone itself in the middle. I'm not completely sure, but hey, that's what we got. Now let's move on to the case inside. Okay, so let's open the box. Seems to be pretty simple, just a regular box opening. I know Spigen has their Try-It tabs, which are nice and cool in my opinion. But this one has a nice rugged feel to it, so a regular box is fine. Inside there seems to be, oh, this is a sticker, so on the pouch itself. So inside the pouch, oh, what does this say? It says not happy or happy. This seems to be some kind of customer care pamphlet where you can, talk about their service, contact them in some way. We'll leave that for later. And this seems to be the unit itself. I see that there is some soft foam covering the case from any damage, which isn't something many case manufacturers do. Not saying that it's a bad thing that the others don't do it, but that little detail shows the amount of care SupCase has put into their product. Nice job, SupCase. The case already comes assembled in the holster, which is pretty nice, and you will see that I'm sporting the white and silver version of the case, as I felt like this would suit my S7 Edge, which is the silver titanium version, better than the all-black version that SupCase also sells. Taking off the foam in the case, I can really see that the holster is definitely much more thinner than I expected, which is pretty cool. It still looks like it's going to protect a lot. Oh, that sound really looks like it's going to protect a lot. The holster is made of a hard and tough plastic, and I can guarantee you now that this will protect the phone screen indefinitely, as the holster fits snug with the case as we saw in the previous clip. The belt clip is also made of the same hard plastic and does move around all 360 degrees. The movements do have a solid feedback and require some strength to put into place, but after a couple of swings, you should get used to it. One thing that I have noticed is that I've used the case a week before shooting this review, so I do know what's going on with the ins and out of this case, is that the belt clip doesn't feature a stand mode, so you can't really watch videos by putting the case like this, I guess so. But the OtterBox Defender case does feature a stand mode in the belt clip where it just kind of holds the belt clip like this, which is pretty convenient, but I guess it's fine. Now, for the main unit itself, the Holy Grail, the SupCase Unicorn Beetle Pro, the case itself in all its starlight, or lamplight in my conditions. I can see that there is in fact a hard plastic front part to this case, which will provide most of the front-facing protection and seats the case in, as I'll show you guys in a moment. On the back, we can see that the bulk of the case is made of a flexible rubber-like material, and which is connected to a tough plastic back shell, which features a design dangerously close to that of UAG's, and also provides you with a deep camera cutout, as well as 6 mini skid bumpers that, as the name implies, prevent the case from sliding around when placed on a table-like surface as such. On the sides, we will notice that the 2 volume rockers and the power buttons are given a different texture than the rest of the case, which is pretty nice to feel in the hand, nice and grippy. And these different textures will allow you to click them, which seem pretty tactical right now, tactile button feedback, no matter where you are and whatever the lighting might be. Let's put the phone inside, shall we? A tip that I learned the hard way after nearly shredding my nails is that there is a tiny little nook towards the bottom right of the case, which you can simply ease your nail, no matter how small it is, in between the 2 parts, and that will allow you to easily pull away the case to start off. I'm going to do the unraveling part live so you can see for yourself how I remove the case and which corners I remove first. I prefer and recommend that you should start with the bottom right corner, as it seems to be much easier than the other 3 sides, especially since it's the closest to the nook. Now, working with this on camera is going to be a lot harder. Whoops, there we go. A lot harder than you would do normally without being behind a camera. But once you pop that bottom right corner out, you can simply work your way towards the bottom left edge, and after a little bit of prying, it also comes out much easier than the first corner. And after that, it's just a matter of fact of pulling the case away. Since these are made of hard plastic, you don't have to worry about breaking the case or snapping this front bit in 2, since it is made of a very tough plastic, which indicates superior quality. And there we go, we have separated the 2 parts. After that somewhat brutal process of removing the case, putting the phone in securely is merely a cakewalk. Just place the phone, excuse the smudges please, face front of course, correct side up, and place it into the tough plastic part first, and you should feel it kind of click into place. And once you hear that click and notice that the buttons are, in the correct places, just take the other part of the case and do the same process of removing it. Place the case in bottom right first, make sure it's all the way in, and then press it into the bottom right like that. Make sure the ports are nice and snug into it, and then press into the top left. And once you've gotten that, I've just got it, a couple seconds later, you should push the final part, which is the top left. And once you've done this, you're almost done. You just want to push the side coverings back into place. Once you have the case, you should understand what I mean by that. And after you do that, you should be done of assembling the S7 Edge into the SupCase Unicorn Beetle Pro. That's pretty easy, wasn't it? Quick side note, I do recommend turning the phone off before you do all of this, as it can get tedious if the screen does some random stuff while you're trying to put the case in. Just a tip, hope you use it. Now that the phone's in the case, let's just make sure that the buttons are pretty clicky. Yes, can you guys hear that click? It is very clicky. And I have turned off the phone like I mentioned before. Let's turn it on. With a couple of seconds and a good wipe down using a microfiber cloth later, we have the phone spick and span and ready to go. It is all new SupCase Unicorn Beetle Pro case. Looking pretty neat. And let's now analyze the port compatibility and accuracy, as well as the style of the case, shall we? Let me turn off the phone before we do that. On the bottom we can see that there is the speaker grill, the microphone cutout, the charging port which is covered with a flap, as well as the headphone jack, which is not necessary because the S7 Edge is already IP68 dust and water certified, but hey, it has a sense of protection, and if this wasn't there, there'd be more of the phone exposed, so if it did fall, there'd be less protection for the phone. So, hey, it's all fine for me. They do feel nice and easy to come out, so it's not going to push against your cords too much. And let's check that out in a later clip, shall we? Moving on to the side, the volume buttons, like I showed before, are very clicky, as well as the power button. You guys can hear the clicks, nice. And on the top we have the single, pretty centralized microphone cutout. On the back, camera cutout, spick and span. Let's actually test that real quick. I'll show some test pictures using the case. But yeah, you can see that there is no like ring forming around the end. And the front-facing camera. Ooh, you guys can see me. No ring again, which is pretty cool. And other than that, those are all the cutouts for the case. Seems very simple. There is no SIM card cutout, as no one really takes that out too much. And the style of the case, I gotta say, it does look beautiful, especially for the silver. The white and the gray accents on the side really do suit it, and it does not take away from the look. One concern that I do have. Oh wait, let's go over the top-facing cutouts. We have the front-facing camera cutout, like I showed, the little speaker grill for your earpiece, and the two sensors, the light sensors, and of course the lights show across by the side here. Not blocked, however. The Samsung logo is blocked. If that really bothers you, well, that's something to keep in mind. And one thing that I do have a little concern about right now is that the bumper does come all the way up to the touch sensor, which could be a problem. Let's just check it out real quick. It doesn't really happen to me much, but if my finger is wet, sometimes it is more prone to call it a no match than when the case was off. So that is one thing to keep in mind. But when you do it like that, it seems pretty consistent. Let's do it 3 times on camera just to make sure. Yeah, nothing too much. Just don't do super wild things with your hand, and it should work out pretty fine. Moving on to the wireless charging compatibility, I myself do not have a wireless charger of my own, especially for the S7 Edge, as I just recently received it and haven't gotten to getting the wireless chargers up and set. But when I do have it, I might do an update video, or at least put it down in the comments to show what my personal experience was. But after the tons of reviews that I've seen with cases like such, I've noticed that even thicker cases than this have easiness and pretty nice accuracy with the wireless charging ports, and not ports I should say, with the wireless charging discs and setups. And I found that there's no problems with the S7 Edge, especially in this case, so that is something you really don't need to worry about. Moving on to screen protector compatibility, I can tell you that this is one of the very few tough protection cases. You can see like how much of a bezel it's got, nice and thick here at least. It is extremely screen protector friendly, as the case is put in and not around the screen. Sorry, the other way around. The case is put around the screen protector, and it's not pushing against it, as this front part, as I've shown you before, goes over the screen protector itself. So this tough rubber part on the outside can't interfere with any of the glass or film of the screen protector that you apply. So it is extremely screen protector friendly, and although in this case you might not really need a screen protector since it is very protective, but if you really want to protect that screen from any scratches, if it was to fall on some kind of step at this angle, because they can't protect the screen on the edges, hence taking away the capacity of the edge. They can't do that. So if you do want a screen protector, basically every screen protector works. I haven't seen a review that has showed that any screen protector does not work, so you don't need to worry about that. Also, to put this out, I'm not going to do a drop test right here because it is snowing outside and my whole house is covered in either soft wooden boards or carpet, so it wouldn't really make for much of a drop test, I guess. But I will say that while in school and out and about in the town, I have dropped my phone at least 2 to 3 times over the past week, and all the times it has fallen on the corner, although once it kind of landed like this. And nothing has happened to the phone so far, and I really shouldn't expect nothing else. Not even a little scuff where anything has appeared, since the material on the outside is rubber. Now, finally, you might be wondering, Oh my gosh, Nikhil, this seems like a very nice case, which it is. In my experience with this case for a week, I can highly recommend this to you. 10 out of 10, whatever your scaling system is. It's amazing. I would take another one and another one if I could get one. Sorry for the lame jokes. The price of this, oh, let's get this into focus, come on. The price of this case is actually very, very moderately priced, as, first of all, the OtterBox Defender case for the S7 Edge, the one with the nuisance screen protector on, costs $43, and so basically about $44. It's like $43.90 or something on Amazon. In this case, amazingly, the white and silver version is only about $19.99 off of Amazon. And if you were to choose the black and black or any of the other colors, at least I believe the black and black is $17.99. So hey, it's a little cheaper, and this is basically it's more than half as cheap as the OtterBox Defender. And I gotta say, in my opinion, it looks better than the OtterBox Defender because it comes in a whole lot of colors: green, blue, black, white, and I believe also pink. So that's something to look up to, and it provides great protection. And the only thing this doesn't do that the OtterBox does is that the holster that I have over here can be put as a stand. But really, that really should not set you off to not buy this case. It is a wonderful piece of tech, I guess I should say, or at least protection of the tech, and I would highly recommend this to anyone looking for a case. Thank you. This has been Nikhil Samyam, and I really hope you loved my case review, liked or disliked my case review of the SupCase Unicorn Beetle Pro. I know this was a long review, but I really wanted to make it comprehensive so everyone around this holiday season can really get to know how to protect probably, I'm going to say, the best smartphone of 2016. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments below what you'd like to see in the future, what you think I could do better. And coming up in the near future, I should be reviewing the Spigen Clear case for the S7 Edge. So keep that in mind. It's coming up, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you guys later.